Before you watch Halloween, make sure you watch Halloween this Halloween.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Melee Mob to see all our movie news, reviews, and so much more.
Hello everyone and welcome to Movies in a Nutshell, where we talk about movies in a quick way so you can get on with your day. I am your host, Detective Artemis, and before we go on, I'd just like to give a quick thanks to The Journey for taking time from masturbating and stealing memes to post a video. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's a movie review with a Photoshop twist. Now, what is that, you ask? Basically, it's just him scribbling on pictures with a rapist tone in his voice. Apparently, you could do a lot with Photoshop, except make yourself funny. Now, before we go on, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, because I know it, Journey at home, watching hentai knows it, and you know it. You really want to like this, please? Today our movie will be Halloween. In this video we will be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen Halloween yet, come on man, it's been 40 years, shit or get off the pot. With this new Halloween coming out, it's important to know that they ignore all the movies after part 1, which makes this movie the new part 2. That also happens to be called Halloween. So let's see where it all began and if it still holds up today. The opening scene is one of the most iconic scenes in horror history, where a 6-year-old Michael Myers kills his older sister. For what reason, you ask? Because he's just simply pure evil, and he doesn't give a shit about anything or anyone. I might be paraphrasing what Dr. Loomis said, but that's what I heard. He hates that guy. What's cool here, aside from the POV shot, is that you actually see little Michael Myers pick up a clown mask before he kills his sister. This foreshadows his love for wearing a mask when he's older. But why does he wear a mask? His face is perfectly fine at the end of the movie. You see it right there. Just a regular looking white guy. Maybe he sees it as sort of a security blanket in a sick, twisted way. Maybe it reminds him of that night and he's living it over and over and over in his head. Which is why he probably went back to his hometown and went to his old home. Now, there's no real answer here. It's pretty much up for interpretation, which I think is pretty cool. Now, Michael Myers may not be my favorite character, but there's a certain amount of intrigue and mystery to him. Sometimes not everything needs to be explained. Sometimes less is more. Though who in the hell taught him how to drive a car? He's been locked up since he was 6 years old, and then when he escapes, he drives the car like nothing. There was no Grand Theft Auto back then, so how did he learn how to drive? They sarcastically say, oh, maybe someone gave him driving lessons. But they don't believe that. In the movie's like, fuck, how do we explain that? I don't know. Let's just write a line and move on. So, let's move on. Laurie's character is pretty much a goody two-shoes compared to her promiscuous, slutty friends. They're always making fun of her for carrying her books all the time and being so smart. Maybe that's how she survived, because she was just smarter than them. Okay. Oh yeah, she also got some PTSD after the whole ordeal, so there's an arc. This movie relies heavily on suspense and build-up, which is why we see Michael Myers just being a creeper for like majority of the movie. Just like looking, and then disappearing, and then staring, and then disappearing. That's his thing. I also like how they don't really show his face, because you know, again, build up. Though for this movie, it works here because it really helps build his aura and his mystique. So, alright, I'm down with that. Except when they kept calling him the Boogeyman like 1,000 times. That shit was annoying. They called him the Boogeyman way more than Michael. So, maybe they should have renamed the movie. Now, for a slasher, this film only had a kill count of 5, and there was no blood at all. So, I guess it works in the context of the movie, but it's kind of lame when you think about it. I guess it was because it was an old movie back then, so they couldn't really do much. It wasn't until Mrs. Voorhees and Jason started showing up. That's when things started getting really fucked up. Here's a random fact, though. You think people know that Leatherface is older than Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers? He came out before all of them, and to me, he gets the least amount of respect. I think he's pretty creepy. I also want to add that the soundtrack is very repetitive and you pretty much only hear the same 2 tracks throughout the movie. Yep, throughout the whole movie, the same thing. But you know what? Who gives a shit? It's iconic and awesome for a reason, and it helps give the movie its identity. So kudos for them for not letting me get sick of it. Now, at one point, this was everyone's ringtone back in the day with those little Nokia phones. It was mine, so I'm not gonna lie there. But there wasn't really much to choose from. The movie ends with Dr. Loomis finally having his wet dream come true by having the chance to kill Michael Myers. So he shoots him off the balcony and boom, he's dead. Or is he? When they look to examine the body, that fool's gone. Took 6 shots, fell off a 2-story house, rolled away. Though the thing I don't understand is that he escapes at the end of this movie, and in the new Halloween he's locked up. So did they catch him off screen? Did he just kind of turn himself in? How did he get caught if he escaped at the end of part 1? Whatever. Now it's time to rate the movie, so let's take a look at the rating system, starting with the best from the left. We have awesome must-watch, damn fine movie, good dumb fun, watching your board, and avoid at all costs. To me, this movie has a good build-up, even though at times it feels pretty slow. The main characters are pretty plain with very little development, but in a slasher movie, that's okay, it doesn't matter. It's all about the killer, and here, he was pretty cool. It is a must for any horror fan, because you gotta see where all the good stuff came from. And I really liked the movie, but I didn't love it. So I hereby declare Halloween a damn fine movie. So what do you guys rate the movie? Vote in the poll above my head. Where's the poll, you ask? Tap the screen, hit the I button, and cast your vote. Simple. Also, do you guys think the new Halloween is going to be good? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artemis, and it's the Boogeyman! It's the Boogeyman! It's the